So today we are going to make granola. This is a part of our Make Your Own series. And so I just want to say that we've tried this granola numerous times. It's a paleo granola, so it doesn't have oats, it has nuts and seeds. It does have a little bit of maple syrup, so you can't technically call it keto, but it has 1/3 of a cup for the whole recipe. And I bet you we got at least 10 to 15 servings because you don't need a lot. But anyway, so let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1 1/4 cups of walnuts. And I'm going to process them in my food processor just to get them chopped up a little finer, not a whole lot. I did try this in my blender and I found it chopped things too fine and I didn't like it as much. Everybody else still said it was good, but I like it a little bit coarse. And these measurements, as you will see, are not exact. Like I always say, cooking is more of an art than a science. So don't be stifled or crippled by rules. I'm going to process this just for a couple seconds. Just pulsing it just to chop it up. This does a much better job. And then it calls for 1.5 cups of sliced almonds. This, I don't know, in fact I know I'm not going to have 1.5 cups. I just dump in what I've got. I'm going to add extra of something else. So I'm thinking that's about 1/2 cup. So I'm about 1 cup short. Which I didn't realize, of course, before I started this. And it doesn't ask to have, these are pumpkin seeds. I love pumpkin seeds. I don't like the ones with the shell. I don't know why people eat those, to have to take off every shell for the little seed. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but to each their own. So it's supposed to have 1/2 cup of pumpkin seeds. I'm going to put in 1 cup. If I can find it. I just had it. Unless I used the wrong one. No. This is how I drive myself crazy. Give or take. Wasn't quite full. And I'm going to add a few more walnuts just because. Oh, but I didn't chop them, so these are going to be a little thicker. I'm just going to put 1/2 cup of those. And I'm just going to pulse that quickly. Again, not too fine. I don't like it powdery. That's good. So in this bowl, I have 2 tablespoons of coconut oil already in there. I'm going to add 1/3 of a cup of maple syrup. And I'm going to mix cinnamon, salt, and vanilla in with the liquid, only because I feel like it distributes better in the granola. So I'm going to have 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Actually, we do the salt first and the cinnamon because they're dry. So it's 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Don't leave that out. It's really good in there. It just gives it a little bit. It's pink Himalayan salt is what I'm using. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. I always put heaping because it also calls for nutmeg, and I don't really care if I put nutmeg, so I'm going to put extra cinnamon. So this is the great thing about cooking at home. You can make it however you want it. So when you make your own things, you are the boss. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I like vanilla, it may overflow. There we go. I'm going to stir that up. my dry ingredients in the bowl, and then I will pour that in on top. And I need a bigger kitchen. So I'm going to take these. Yeah, they're much better texture. They're still a little coarse, but I actually like it. I like them crisp. Perfect. I'm still going to add half a cup of coconut flakes. And this is not shredded, it's flaked, so they're bigger. They almost look like a sliced almond. Don't know if you can see it from there. The way I have to set up my camera, because my kitchen is not, anyway, I'm going to put it up here. So it's not shredded, it's not like a little grated piece, it's a flake. And 1/4 cup of chia seeds. I love chia seeds, and they too are really good for you. This maple syrup is not artificial, it's real maple syrup. And I'm just going to mix this up so it's somewhat combined. And then I'm going to pour the liquid on top. And then it is all mixed. I wish I could show you how good this smells. Pour it around to distribute it somewhat evenly. Use my spatula to get it all because we don't want to waste this. Now, it used to deter me making granola. I used to make granola all the time, and I will make some for the kids with oats. So they don't eat all mine. But a lot of the recipes you had to stir it like every few minutes, and this one is not like that, and it mixes up really easy. It's all combined. And then I'm just going to lay it out on a pan. Bakes at 300 degrees for 15 minutes. Mix, bake it an additional 10-20 minutes until it's golden brown, and that's it. That's the only time you have to stir it or do anything with it. And it's really great. I don't eat breakfast early. I don't eat till almost lunchtime. But sometimes if I just want a snack, or if it's mid-afternoon and I'm feeling kind of hungry, this is what I'll reach for. It's a little bit of granola and coconut milk, along with having it for breakfast sometimes later in the morning. And oh, I love granola on top of plain Greek yogurt, no sugar, and fresh or frozen fruit with it. So this can be used as a topping for that. You're just going to spread it out evenly. Try and build up the edges a little more, just because that's where it seems to cook the quickest. Which makes sense. I also think this would make really good granola bars, so maybe that's another recipe we can do one day. Make your own homemade granola bars. Again, so much better for you than the ones you can buy. Cheaper. You know what's in it. You control the sugar, the salt, all the things. The preservatives, the chemicals, the fillers. You think you're paying for granola or you're paying for whatever, and then you start reading labels and see how many things are just taking up space and weight. Okay, so this is going to go in the oven at 300 for 15 minutes. Then I'm going to take it out, I'm going to stir it, I'm going to put it back in for 10 to 15 minutes, check it again. I'll probably stir it again because I like it a little darker. I like it crispy, so I want to make sure. And it does not crisp up as much as it's going to. When you take it out of the oven, it's not going to seem crispy, but as it cools, it crisps up. So there you go. This is granola. This took me, I don't know, 15-20 minutes. And you've got homemade granola. This will last for a while, depending on who's eating it. I only eat probably 1/4 to 1/2 cup at a time. And yeah, so that's another. Make your own. Make your own. Make it better. Make your own. Have a good day, guys.